Thousands of years ago, people began to settle along the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Natural wildlife and vegetation kept these early settlers fed while they began to build their new world. It was the end of the Stone Age and the beginning of the Bronze Age, or the age of metallurgy and writing. Some of these early settlers became the first people to build cities, and some of these cities are an important trait of civilization. If you irrigated the land, crops grew quickly. They built canals to bring water from the land to the rivers. They planted wheat, barley, dates, and other fruits and vegetables that included cucumbers, onions, apples, and spices. This abundance of crops led to archaeologists to name Mesopotamia the Fertile Crescent. Early settlers domesticated sheep, goats, and cows. They hunted wild game birds and other animals, and enjoyed fish, cheese, eggs, roasted duck, pork, and deer. They wove sturdy baskets from the reeds that grew along the river banks. They made such beautiful pottery from the wet soil that their pottery became a form of wealth. Pottery was traded for food, clothing, and jewelry. They built permanent houses of sun-dried bricks made of mud, straw, and even started a new life in the southern region of ancient Mesopotamia, a place called Sumer. The earliest people of Mesopotamia to develop a civilization are known as Sumerians. About 1,000 years later, the Babylonians took over in the south, and the Assyrians took over in the north, but the Sumerian culture lived on. These early pioneers, the ancient Sumerians, were very smart. They invented, among other things, the wheel and the sailboat, frying pans and razors and cosmetic sets, shepherd's pipes, harps, kilns to cook bricks and pottery, bronze hand tools like the hammers and axes, the plow seeder, and the working battery, and the first written language, cuneiform, with which they recorded the story of the world's first superhero, Gilgamesh. Words like crocus, which is a flower, and saffron, which is a spice, are words we borrowed from ancient Mesopotamia.